Hey guys, you're listening to the PetaPixel Podcast, where we talk about all the latest news in the photographic industry and more. But if you're looking for expert advice, incredible selection, and the best deals on photographic equipment, video, lighting, and more, you go to B&H. B&H is PetaPixel's new gear partner. And for even greater savings at B&H, we recommend the B&H Payboo credit card, which lets you save the tax. You pay the tax, and B&H pays you back instantly. Save the tax on all eligible purchases shipped to eligible states. Or you can pay over time with our 6 and 12-month financing on minimum purchases of $199 for 6 months or $599 for 12 months. Terms apply. Learn more at bhphoto.com/Payboo. Credit card offers are always subject to credit approval. Payboo credit card accounts are issued by Comenity Capital Bank.
Holy hell, it's another episode of the PetaPixel Podcast, and people have been screaming, not just at their keyboards, but out in the street. They're like, we want another draft on the podcast. And the other thing they keep saying is, Chelsea was a great podcast guest. Why isn't she on every podcast? Get her back on the podcast. We want more Chelsea. So Chelsea Mercado is joining us again this week for the Lens Draft. That's right. We are drafting some of the greatest optics to make our ultimate team of photographic, I don't know, lenses and stuff. So we've got that coming up, but you know what? We're not just going to jump right on the draft. We're also going to handle some news stories. So robots are following you and taking pictures this week. GoPro's in trouble. It's,
GoPro's
it's
in
all
trouble.
madness.
That's not new news.
More trouble. It just keeps getting worse and worse. So we're going to be discussing that, but I want to mention, in accordance with the Lens Draft, I'm dressed a little differently. This is not any sort of Harper Finch branded merchandise. This is my son's goalie outfit. It was the only thing that fit me. I was looking for because my wife's got some sporty sport clothes, and my son does too. None of them fit me except the goalie thing. But look at the reckless patriotism on display here. It's beautiful. And Chelsea joined the spirit of this as well. How you doing, Chelsea?
I love that we had to borrow our sports gear from other people because we're that unathletic. We're like, I found this from a friend. I'm here to ruin the last episode. Everyone who liked me, I'm going to...
Right. Roll the opposite way.
So I'm here to spice it up. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Also, Chris Nichols and Jaron Schneider are here as well.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I didn't get the memo on wearing a jersey. I have jerseys. I can, because I do like sports.
Sure.
But I was going to point out to Jordan how much your outfit is just a lie. Just an absolute lie about all parts of your personality.
Yeah, if this was my profile pic, it would be enormously disingenuous for me to do this.
But Jordan's going to be uncomfortable because he's like basically wearing a hair shirt. He's like a monk going through penitence right now.
These things are hot. Yeah.
I'm hot too.
Yeah, now we should also mention, we've tried to do this multiple times. So Chelsea's had to borrow this jersey. I think this is the third time going now, due to me being bad at planning things. So I'm handing that responsibility off to the rest of the team going forward. So huge apologies for that.
I don't forgive you. But
on the topic of being disorganized, I got a quick question for everyone this week, because I had a panic a little earlier in the week where I was looking at my upcoming DJI Pocket 4P review, and I said, wait a second, the third day of this shoot is gone. What? And I went through all my micro SD cards, sorted through all of them. Oh no, I don't have this anywhere. And I had an empty micro SD memory card adapter sitting in my bag. So somewhere between Toronto and here was a micro SD memory card with my entire third day. So I start immediately like, oh, okay, well, it was conclusion. I can re-record that. We did a bunch of low light tests. I guess I'll have to do that all over again. This is the worst thing ever. So I spent a week. I didn't tell these other gentlemen on the podcast about this because I thought this would be nice to just spring on the podcast. And then 2 days ago, I realized there's internal memory on that camera, and I just filled up the micro SD card in it, and it started recording to the internal memory. And everything is there, and I slept soundly for the first time in several days. So I just want to know, is there ever a time where you thought you were missing an important photo or video or anything related to your YouTube exploits?
Me?
Before you go, Jordan, why are you not
me?
downloading these and backing them up onto the SSDs that are provided to you for working here as soon as you're done recording a day?
Let me tell you why. Chris will remember on that day, we were recording talking points, scrambling on our way to an Uber to get onto the plane. It was a very last minute, rolling until the last possible second. So I threw the camera in my bag. Now, did I download it in the airport lounge like a good, professional would have? No, I believe I had like a nice little Bordeaux or something like that. But, every day we learn and we grow. That's the beauty of the PetaPixel podcast, right?
Well, every day we learn, but we don't grow because I feel like this happens every week in some way, shape, or form to some degree. Well, not just
this
you,
is the
but
first time I have lost media.
No, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Just a peek behind the curtain. It is a chaotic and scary roller coaster ride, this show, every week.
I thought you were going to end that with inside Jordan's mind because
no, it's outside Jordan's mind because of course,
the same statement can apply to two things.
Yeah, it's both. It's in and out. Yeah.
We have a habit of losing thumbnails. I think we could reveal that. That seems to happen quite a bit, or forgetting to shoot them or whatever. It's a chaotic mess,
common.
and it's not just Jordan. It's a thing. It's a thing. But
every outline of mine starts with "get a thumbnail," and half the time I don't get a thumbnail, and that's why I'm always just like like a green screen.
I shot a video with Dima recently about my panoramic cameras, and we got out there. I'm like, Dima, we got to make sure to get a thumbnail. Didn't do it.
If you say it, this is the thing. If you say it, it will not happen, right? And this happens to me all the time because if I remind myself, then my brain says, "Oh, checked off list, promptly forget," right? So you have to maintain a certain level of fear, anxiety, and worry in order to actually do the thing that you need to do, I find. So this is the life that we live. It's obviously a common occurrence across our whole industry. And anybody who's like ultra organized and efficient, I hope they burn in hell.
Yeah, me too. I was just saying I want to be one of those burnout cab drivers in Key West that's like, I used to be a partner at the biggest law firm in New York, and now I do this. I'm like, that's me.
But I could never answer my emails on time. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's not even just that guy. I once had a cab driver in Japan who's like, I was a banker once, but then, I kind of broke up with my wife and I decided I needed a life change. So now I'm a cab driver. And I'm just like,
wow, damn.
But he was joyful about it, but he didn't have the smoker's voice. That's a raspy one.
That's crucial.
On a related note, I think I told you recently, but it's gone up. I'm at now 11,420 unanswered emails, and I just thought you'd like to know that.
I don't want to know that. Okay. I don't want to. To
answer
your
emails
question
are
directly,
Chris's equivalent. Yeah.
12,055.
Thank you.
You both.
Thank you. Thank you, Chelsea.
People are like, why didn't you answer me? Because
I'm just getting
love
rookie
chaos.
numbers.
To answer your question, Jordan, I thought I lost my entire X106 memory card filled with stuff from Alaska when we were there. So I shot a bunch of stuff there that we were going to use and whatnot. And I thought it was gone. And as you remember, I did find it, and I was very happy about it. And
those are the best moments.
Yeah, I did find that memory card. I don't remember where it was.
You almost lost footage. I've recorded whole videos with no sound and then been like, should I just dub this funny like an old movie?
Yeah.
We've done that before. We had Chris ADR an episode where the preamp on the mic was bad. So it was like an old, dubbed movie. What you got there, Chris?
This is what you need. You need an Amazon Ring jewelry holder. Look at that. And then I put all my memory cards in here, and I know which ones I've done and which ones are clean and which ones have stuff on them. You got to stay organized, people.
I used to do this when I shot a lot more, but me and my friend Toby, we had like those hard cases. Yeah, just a pile. We had those hard cases of you could they clip in and the cards go into those, and we would have pieces of blue tape. And if there was a piece of blue tape on there, that meant there was footage on there. And that means that needed to be emptied as soon as we returned to a computer. And then as soon as that happens, the tape came off and it went back into a case. But
Airport lounge is when the tape comes off. You got to. And just really quick, before we open the episode, I also just remembered right now that when we were in Alaska, the early versions of the GFX Eterna did not tell you if there was no memory card in them. It would give you a red line and a record number would start going up. And after we got back from visiting a gorgeous iceberg out there, we realized that I had been shooting to absolutely nothing all morning while freezing my ass off. And that's how we do it here on the PetaPixel Podcast. Let's watch the intro.
noticed this,
Endless
Chelsea,
ride.
but when Jordan's upset, his entire body is a frown. It's not just his face. He somehow makes his whole body an upside down smile. It's very, very depressing.
I like it. He's expensive.
You know what's not depressing though? Xtra Photo, the sponsor of today's episode. And we've talked about Xtra Photo quite a bit because they really do cool stuff. It's the latest version now, standalone Xtra Photo 2027, launched last month. And you can get this at the Xtra shop for a special discount. PetaPixel, I'm going to start with this. I'm going to start with the value. PetaPixel audience members get 15% off Xire, and it's a lifetime license. No subscriptions, none of that stuff where you're going to forget that you're like got Paramount Plus or something or Disney Channel for like 6 months and you're broke now. It's a lifetime subscription. Just put in the code PetaPixel and you are good. But what is it? So Xire Photo 2027, it's all about making your life easier, more organized, which apparently after our intro, we all desperately need, okay? If you use this on a regular basis, you're not gonna have these problems. Just get the memory card in right away, put it in Xire Photo, and then you don't have to worry about this stuff. It uses AI, which is a scary word, but it uses it in a non-scary, non-threatening, very comforting way. You're not having any files go to a cloud or a server. Nobody has access to it. Nothing's learning off of it. It's using AI to make your life easier. It can go through all your shots and look for things like, are the eyes closed? Is their whole body a frown like Jordan likes to do? Do I
don't
have
think that's an
duplicates?
option you can click.
Well, one day.
Whole body frown.
Well, but it can look for things like, is it out of focus? Is it blurry? Is there motion blur? Did you shoot 40 of the exact same picture and it's not necessary to download all 40 shots? Like, it's really smart this way. It can show you where you've traveled in the world. It can show you on a map all the places that you've taken photos. It'll say, hey, you were in Alaska at this moment and this is where you forgot to actually put a memory card in the camera. It's a really cool software. It works either standalone or you can get it as a plugin for Lightroom. So if you prefer that workflow, it can do that for you. It's got great search engines. You can type in keyword or date or a person's name, and it will find all this stuff for you. So it's just about making it rapid, quick, keeping it organized, and keeping the loss of files to a minimum. So definitely check it out. You've got an option to do a 14-day free trial, so there's no risk. See if you like it. See if it works for you. Again, Mac or Windows, no problem. Did I mention it's a lifetime license? I believe I did. And you guys get a 15% discount. So check it out.
Thanks, Chris. And thanks to Xire for sponsoring this episode of the PetaPixel Podcast and being a regular sponsor of the PetaPixel Podcast.
Thanks, Xire.
Chris, could you do an ad read like that for me? Just
for
about
Chelsea?
the nice things about me, all the benefits of signing up for me.
Sign up for
All the benefits of Chelsea.
Yeah. No. Okay. So
I mean,
Same voice too. Rapid fire delivery.
yeah.
well, now that you're like a big time, angler, now that you're this like amazing fish catcher, I could certainly do an ad for you as like Chelsea's guide service.
By the way,
Chelsea will
Chris,
take you out in somebody else's boat on somebody else's.
The audience has
dime,
no
with somebody
idea where
else's
that
gas.
reference is coming from.
Chelsea caught a giant striped bass, and now we're even better friends, and it's huge. And I haven't caught a striped bass.
I'm going to put that picture on screen, so I'm definitely going to need it now. If there's no picture on screen, Chelsea didn't send it to me, everyone. You can blame her.
She lost the file.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And if you're listening, not watching, Chelsea, describe the fish that you caught.
29.5-inch striped bass that I could barely hold up long enough to take the picture because they're slippery, apparently.
Yeah. See, you're one of those. Everybody's like, why would I want to do this? Put photos of me catching fish. And then you catch a fish like that. You put a photo up and then you're like, I get it now.
Because
I get why
I'm a
everybody
provider?
does this. Yeah, you're like
Bringing home the bacon.
Yeah.
Fish
Your
bacon.
ancient instincts of hunting and gathering have kicked in, and it just feels good. It feels good.
It does.
Well, let's get into the news. There is one story I added on here that I didn't put on your board, Chelsea, because it was last minute edition, and it's more like a question to you. I don't know. Have you had a chance to look at it? What do we think of Tamron's, what is this, 5th or 6th design change? They've done 3 since
since
recent
mirrorless.
work.
People are allowed to learn and grow.
Yeah.
Jared.
So what do we
Okay?
think of Tamron's
Except Jordan.
new design? Oh my God. What do we think of Tamron's new design? Do we like it? Chelsea?
Well, have you seen it, Chelsea? I mean, you're looking at it right now. I'm curious to, as your first impression. I mean, you've played with Tamron lenses before. What do you think about this new look?
So if you haven't
up.
seen it yet, go to PetaPixel's main website and the only website, PetaPixel.com. There is a review as well as a news story right below that shows pictures of it. Basically, how would you describe the way this looks? Like, is it more modern or is it like actually kind of older?
I feel that it's a little vintagey almost.
Yeah, like little 70s.
I kind of said it was kind of like a bit brutalist. It's sort of like, to me, it's kind of a little Mad Maxy, post-apocalyptic. It's like
that's not
because
here's covered in chains and barbed wire.
It's angular for sure.
Kind of. No, but the guy, like the person who owns it probably has tattoos of chains and barbed wire on their arm, is what I'm saying. Like it's very strong and mean, kind of mean looking. It's kind of mean looking. And I don't know that I dislike that. But, the Tamrons before this were very clean, streamlined, svelte, and minimalist, right? And now it's got like different textures and edges, and it's got controls all over it. And I don't know. They kind of toned down the shiny bits and the flashy bits, and they've just like they're redesigning everything. But it looks to me, it looks a little bit like harsh and strong and kind of
totally metal.
Yeah, metal. It's totally metal. Yeah.
What do you think, Chelsea?
Yeah, I do think it kind of looks retro. And it's very textured, lots of buttons. It reminds me of an old Nikon lens kind of, but it's cool. Kind of edgy.
I think what's really interesting is that it looked like Tamron was moving away from any physical controls on the lens. They're like, we have this amazing app. We'll put a few custom buttons on it. And they've gone hard the other way, where all of these are labeled buttons with exactly one purpose on them. You do still have custom buttons that you can set up and tailor with the app, but all the rest of the new controls there have a physical switch or button. I really like the zoom lock, where you can lock the zoom so it doesn't creep, but then if you twist it a little bit harder, then it'll still pop right back out and work normally. It seems really well designed. So yeah, the look is totally metal, but it's very functional. And for people who like physical controls on their lenses, I think this is, a very dramatic change, but I like it. I like the way that lens felt a lot.
And Tamron's not doing just
person?
the lens. Oh, physical buttons all the way if you can have them. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. But let's keep in mind, like, this is clearly an f2.8 zoom. It's a Tamron professional lens, So this going forward, Tamron, I mean, they basically said they want to rebrand. Like, they've gone with new boxes, new font. Kind of Sigma did this a couple years ago, and we kind of saw that rebranding. So I think Tamron's trying to kind of do an image change. They're getting rid of all the DI, VXD, all that sort of stuff in the title that they used to be the worst,
to
right?
Another company that recently did this. That they happen to always compare themselves
Maybe
to.
grabbing some inspiration, perhaps.
Yeah. But this is a pro lens. This isn't to say that all of their lenses going forward are going to have this same kind of look or have physical controls or control rings. I mean, who knows, right? We're going to have to wait and see. A lot of people are now wondering, like, are they going to redo a lot of their famous zooms, like the 35 to 150 and stuff like that, right? Are we going to see rebranding, redesign of all those things? But despite that, I mean, or not despite that, besides that, it was a really nice lens to use. It's quite good. It's a very interesting ultra wide zoom. It does good astrophotography. It's well built as always. It feels maybe a little bit more professional than maybe the older series, because the older series always had kind of a plasticky. I always would comment, like, Tamron lenses, even their pro lenses, feel plasticky. They prove themselves to be rugged, but they feel light and plasticky. And this is still very lightweight, but it feels a bit more rugged and a bit more professional, I guess.
Will you be drafting this optic, Chris?
No.
Okay.
So I have to say, I saw this lens and held this lens in February. They showed this to me and told me I wasn't allowed to tell Chris about it, actually.
Oh, well, la-dee-da.
They said they would be, the guy who had it showed it to me said that he will be fired if anyone outside that room ever heard about this lens before it was supposed to be told to people.
Well, we all know about it. Is he fired now?
I sure hope not.
I'm incredibly trustworthy. I don't know why that would...
They just didn't want anyone
go.
outside that room to hear about it, but they said you can't even tell Chris. They believed that I would immediately go and tell you, which is true. I would,
and
actually
you don't
immediately.
And that's
go and
really
tell you.
annoying.
Okay,
you don't.
That's not true. But there is one thing that I found weird about this lens is like, I do think it's neat to have all these physical controls. I think they put too many on here, and at least one that didn't need to be on here. The lens creep one does not need to be on there with this lens. Like the zoom creep, it makes no sense to be on this lens. Not only does the zoom not creep because of the way the lens is designed, it can't creep that much, and it doesn't make any sense for this one. I think they put it on here to show that they're going to be doing that. But that one more addition, plus the 3 custom buttons, I felt like, again, I made this reference before. This was Carmine Laguzio. He's got too much on him, and he's like I think you should leave, Jordan, or he's in the mall. Yeah. It's
Get all this off me.
I don't want to be around.
I don't want to be around.
It just felt like a little too much. I think I'm probably in the minority here. I don't think it actually hurts the lens to have these things on here, but I think in the dark, I would fumble trying to figure out what switch.
It's got glow in the dark font. You're all good.
Does this glow in the dark font last for 12 hours, 8 hours, 5 hours? Probably not.
I doubt it. Look, the manual focus lock. I agree with you on the zoom lock, and I think they're just trying to show a proof of concept.
Correct.
This lens does not need a zoom lock.
No, it doesn't.
But the manual focus lock, super useful.
That is very
the triple
useful.
custom button, I think, is perfectly usable because you could customize it to do like punch in or something like that.
Sure.
If you want. It's all good.
Can you
stuff.
do that in the camera with Sony, or do you need to use their app to do that?
You can customize one custom button, but if you want to take advantage of all 3, you got to do it with the wonderful app. The only good app from a camera manufacturer.
So it doesn't know the difference if I switched among
the
those
1, 2,
3.
3s. No,
the button, it would just keep doing the same thing
until you customize it in the app.
Interesting.
And then it's sending different signals out.
Not that that's difficult to do because Tamron makes it easy.
No, the app is great. Anyways, it's a nice lens for Astro. Decent landscape lens, good flare control.
The one last thing I want to mention is that folks are complaining about the price. I'm like, I don't really understand where that's coming from because this is
a 2.8 ultra wide,
and it's also in line with their other 2.8 zooms that are high end. Like those cost in the similar ballpark.
And it's still way cheaper than the alternatives.
Yeah, I
way
don't
cheaper than the alternatives.
quite understand.
Calm
People
down,
are
everyone.
so price conscious right now, though. So I will say
The world is expensive right now.
I was just going to
very
say that everything's expensive. We're all tired of it. We want some freebies.
I get it.
I get it.
So as you
don't like
teased,
this.
Jordan, the ongoing saga of how long will GoPro stay in business continues, as GoPro's founder has lent the company $20 million to try and stay liquid as it fights to maintain its business operation.
Would you consider that a sick, righteous, or extreme amount of money to donate to the company that you founded?
Righteous. I
$20
think
million
that's
is righteous?
That's a righteous amount of money. Okay.
Yeah, this is the guy that used to appear on like GoPro's like press briefings, and they were always unhinged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready? Things are about to get sick. Wipe, and then I'm on top. Oh, I miss those.
Extreme.
This year we were just like briefed by some wonderful people who had answers to our technical questions. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But
The one before that,
Totally useful.
Yeah.
Actually useful as opposed to the previous ones. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know, man. Jordan, how long do you give them?
I'm saying Christmas. I think this is their last like big commercial window to try and make some profit. And if things don't go great with their new series, that's also, they said they'll be doing the ILS, not ILC, ILS version towards the end of the year. So then they'll have a complete product line at that point. If things don't dramatically shift for them, then I think they're just like, well, sorry, DJI Insta360, market's yours now. I'm sorry.
The stock price is really bad.
Well, they're not profitable, really, and they're not doing well.
Well, they're considering
stinks.
selling, right? So they're probably
they're
going to try to
trying.
pump everything up before they do that.
Trying. Who would buy them? Who would buy GoPro? What do they have that's worth purchasing?
Yeah. Do you use
name
GoPros,
recognition.
Chelsea?
I did, but I don't anymore. I don't really
That's a
even
pretty
use
common
action
story.
cams anymore. So for me, that's just not something I do. But the name recognition, I think, is pretty valuable. So they'll get something.
Yeah. No, it's tough. I mean, GoPro is a staple, right? I mean, we're all grown up now, but I would argue we all grew up with GoPros, right? Like the original heroes, I remember, I think we were still at the camera store when they came out. It was neat. It was a genre defining level of stokage. And now, now it's just
Games
a bummer,
were changed, to be honest,
Yeah.
back
You
in the
Put
day.
on your puka
it's a
shells, you
total
grab
bummer,
your
dude.
GoPro, you're going for it.
The puka shells.
I love that the kids still call them GoPros. Like, all of them are out on the hill with their Insta360s and DJIs, and they're like, I got some sick GoPro footage.
Yeah, dude.
And
That's what I'm saying.
GoPro
The
hasn't
name
been
recognition is
seen for a while.
valuable. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Speaking of the future,
Jordan, I have found your new camera assistant, and his name is Beni. Beni
Is it my assistant or my replacement? That's what I want.
Well,
to know.
it's just going to be a stark difference in like where the camera angle will be because you're quite tall, and so we're used to looking down at Chris. Soon we're going to be looking up at Chris, I guess, if we're
As it
replacing
should
you with
be.
him. Beni
and
is
one day everybody
the
will.
most flattering
I swear.
angle.
Yeah, look straight up your nostrils.
Yeah,
Beni is
walking
a
away from the
cute,
camera, just dumper shots.
autonomous camera robot on wheels.
Dumper cam.
Think a drone, but it doesn't fly. He rolls. Yeah, the angles are all 1 foot off the ground.
Bro, this thing is a grasshopper. It can jump 10 inches into the air. Like, it can follow you upstairs and stuff like that is
And
the
down them.
concept.
How stable is that footage going to be?
I don't know, but it can go 29 kilometers an hour.
It's pretty
Like,
fast.
it's
Beni's
cool.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's designed to follow you if you're skateboarding or if you're like an athlete or something like that, running. As a side point, yeah, it is shooting a person from behind and all you can see is their butt.
It's an
awesome.
upskirt camera.
Yeah, it's
With a
totally
cute
Huge in
face.
Japan.
But Chelsea, an upskirt with cute, adorable, customizable colored hats and accessories. So
How are you
saw
going to be
that.
mad at that?
don't make this unclassy, Chelsea. You always
When
make
something's
it so
upskirting
dirty.
you going 25 miles per hour, it has to be cute.
So
your
like, it's
guy-
okay. It's wearing an adorable hat.
So I'm not
That's the
gathering.
podcast name.
I'm not gathering you guys are super into the concept of Beni.
No, I do like it. I just like making jokes better. So,
Okay,
but
yeah.
It's cute.
But yeah, so the idea is you've got yourself a camera. Like we have a lot of gimbal cameras, which will follow you, track you in the frame, move around with you. You can present to them. That's all cool. In fact, we kind of take it for granted nowadays. So this is the same idea, but imagine if the camera on a tripod could actually move around and follow you. I mean, that's the idea, right?
Yeah. I do think the only thing that's really preventing me from being stoked about this righteous robot is that it's so close to the ground. Like this angle is
It's a
not
tough
useful.
angle. It's fun, but it's so attention grabbing. Like I will very rarely do extreme low angles while Chris is hosting for that very reason. I mean, I just wish it had like a little extending arm or something like that. But then it becomes top heavy. Then it's not going to be able to jump up and down stairs and things like that.
Jordan.
I mean, it's also worth pointing out, like this is a Kickstarter. So let's see if it actually works this way. But we've requested one, right, Jaron? We want one?
They said, "Do you want to check out the prototype before Kickstarter?" And I looked
Yes.
I looked at our calendar and I said, "We don't have time to
When?
check out the prototype before the Kickstarter launched." And they're like, "We can get you a finished unit like before we ship. Like that'll be in I think in another month or two." And that's
Can we
when I
just
said
send it to a
yes.
smartphone launch?
and have it that
Just the
be-
robot. Send the robot.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris, I cut you off.
No, it's okay. I kind of want to take it out, give it a shot, get it struck by lightning, see if it becomes sentient, and then I want it to, teach me not only how to be a better human, but also how to become a great friend. So,
Is this your buddy movie? Like your
I think it's time for Short Circuit 4. Are we up to 4? I mean, they're rehashing everything else from our childhood and ruining it. Why not that?
anything to add, Chelsea?
Mondo Robotics.
I was surprised on Kickstarter it's $500. That seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it's like $300 off what they're planning to sell it for.
Okay. It's always a little bit of a gamble, but it's cute.
1.5 hours of battery life. That's not a lot.
No, it's not a ton. I actually don't.
That's a lot of up the nose footage, though, Chris. How many of those shots do you really need in a video?
Well, but I mean, do we know anything about lenses? It looks like it's fairly wide angle, so that it wouldn't be so up your nose. It would just kind of be following you from behind or whatever. Like, I assume they're going to make it so it can go backwards and do
Looks dash cammy.
like tracking shots and stuff like that.
The footage doesn't look awful, but it is a small sensor. You can tell, like everything's
Yeah.
in focus.
Yeah.
Everything's in focus.
That's probably
I don't know. We'll see. This is the future. Let's see what it does.
Moving right along, if you squint and maybe you have it like in the right light, you can see the difference between the regular GR4 and this new 30th anniversary GR4 celebrating the launch of the GR1. Chelsea, where Where's the differences? Can you see them? Can you spot them?
Well, there's different colors, right?
Well, what colors?
Did they make like the shutter
like a
button's a
grayish?
different color, right?
Yeah,
And
it's
there's
like
a little-
silver.
Yeah.
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 Is that
I mean,
it?
if a collectible piece falls in the woods, does it make a sound? I don't know. I don't see anything different here.
It's very, very subtle.
I was struggling to like even notice like the photos on our article. Is this the 30th anniversary piece? I couldn't tell.
Yes, this is it.
It is?
Yes. That's why it's like,
He's not playing a trick on us.
yeah, are
Do you not
the
see
differences
shutter
in the room
button,
with us?
Chris?
Yeah, the shutter button's a different color, but they did that with their other series too, right? Like the monochrome's a slightly different color than the standard. So I'm already used to.
Scream. There's only 1,900 of these in the world.
Does it say 30th on it anywhere?
No, only when you turn it on, the screen will say 30th, which is what they've
But
done.
you know
in
what?
the
They're going to
past.
sell them all.
The
I'm sure they
important
will.
thing is the shoe cover is now metal, so it can do more damage to your dryer when you accidentally leave it in your pants. So that's good.
6,000 units worldwide. 6,000 total units, not 1,900. I don't know where I got 1,900
Yep.
from. But yeah.
They'll sell everyone. Ricoh are enjoying this sort of, would you call it Leica-esque kind of popularity with the GR where, regardless of what they make or how many limited editions, people buy it. And so it's like a guarantee. Like, why wouldn't you do it, right? If you're going to make a thing and it's going to sell it immediately, why wouldn't you do it?
What's
It'd be
hilarious
crazy
to me,
not to.
What
There's
would you
actually-
have done to the design? What would you have done differently?
How would you nickels it?
Put the 30th logo on there.
Yeah, I would have just put like Roman numerals, giant Roman numerals saying 30 all over it in gold.
A garbage thumb strap?
Blinged it straight up. Yeah. And then I put an Amazon smartphone wrist strap on it for sure. Yeah. Yeah, if anybody watched the Tamron episode, I was rocking a Nikon Z8 with a smartphone holder from
The
Amazon.
same one that you used on the Leica. I noticed.
Oh, this is a different one actually. I got a 20 pack on Amazon for like $10. It's amazing. So, and they're great.
It's even
I love
worse.
them.
I
love
that's
them.
somehow worse than what I just said.
I hung from it and it didn't break.
That was an interesting noise you just made.
You'll see.
Okay.
It's the future. It's like the Beni robot of wrist straps. You'll see. I will be vindicated, and you will all be sorry. I will make you all sorry.
One last note on the GR4. My favorite part is in the comment section on PetaPixel. They're arguing that the pictures here aren't the pictures of it because it's not visually different than the original. Guys, that is actually it. Those of you arguing in the comments.
I had the same thought. I was like, "This is just. Are you just showing
uploaded
it
It's
the wrong
the
image.
one. I downloaded these from Rico's website. These are it.
Nice.
So the traditional 30th anniversary gift is pearl. So it would have been cool if they did like a pearl
Chelsea.
shutter button.
Is that a thing? Really?
Black pearl. Yeah, when you're married, there's a different thing for every year. I looked
didn't
it
know
up.
that.
It's the pearl anniversary. So they could have done black pearl. Nobody talks to me before they do these things,
Can you let me know really quickly before the podcast's over what 17 is? I could use that information.
Well, it's
Thank you,
because
Chelsea.
the last time they made a camera after a year, you said it should be built out of paper, and that totally ruined your credibility. So that's
I
probably
know.
why.
They caught me on the wrong year. Let's see. What's 17? Furniture. Is that real?
What? No! Jared, I'm going to need you to delete that from the podcast.
Furniture. Fujifilm is expanding its cinema lenses for the GFX. They now have a GF 19 to 35 T 3.5, a really pretty fast, wide and large format coverage zoom designed to go with the one that launched with the Eterna 55.
Yeah, 32 to 90, I
32
believe.
to 90, yeah. So, I mean, there's a slight overlap, which is great. Love that.
Yeah.
Jordan, hit
Very
us
wide.
with your thinky thoughts.
Well, so my thinky thought is we're suddenly seeing these manufacturers bringing out autofocus, like fully capable modern technology cinema lenses. And historically, whenever someone tries to do that, the mechanical part of it sucks. When like Sony and Nikon brought out their electronic versions, there was always like a disconnect if you're manually focusing or like setting the aperture and stuff like that, like a little delay. Didn't feel totally correct. Spoiler for upcoming episode, it looks like Sigma and Fujifilm are both trying to crack this issue. I haven't used the Fujifilm ones yet. It was not available available when we did our Alaska doc a little while ago, where I really wanted to put it through its paces. The original version, this ultra-wide's a sister lens, so I'm going to take a look at them together and see if Fujifilm is also getting rid of those irritations with the hybrid autofocus, manual focus lenses. And then the focal range is like on medium format. Pretty cool. That's like a 15 to, what is that? I did
28-ish?
Yeah.
28-ish?
15 to 28, yeah. And that'd be like a 2.8
Okay.
equivalent aperture in terms of depth of field. So
Beautiful.
Yeah, it'll be a really versatile zoom for that. It's not the kind of thing where I'm typically like, oh, I have to get a zoom in that range because the effect will be quite subtle. But I think it's cool just to see some new technology from Fujifilm because they've been pretty quiet with glass lately, like both the X and the GF style. I think they're focusing a lot of work on these hybrid video lenses now with the Eterna out there. So
The green rings look so cool.
It looks so cool.
Those need to be on all their lenses. I don't love that they're only on the cinema. That's the only time they use Fujinon too, is with their cine lenses. I want that
Fujinon's on
everywhere.
some of the XF glass as well.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely. But then what I'd love to see, because they've got this exciting new technology, those MK lenses that I love to death are getting pretty old now. I'd love to see autofocus versions of that for the much more popular X mount. Then more people can take advantage of this. Yeah, me and Dima would be high-fiving over that.
Anything to add, Chelsea?
I know nothing about this.
Excellent.
So, no.
Love it.
I also like green. I can add that.
Yes.
Good. That's an excellent thing to add then. Yes. Green on the lenses. That's the,
Kelsey's team green.
very much the only company that has that color too in their palette, and they just don't leverage it enough. They go with the red more often, and it's like, well, Canon kind of has you beat on the red. You should definitely use the green Fujifilm. FCC, the US FCC, the Federal Communication Commission, has fined multiple companies it says are bringing DJI technology into the US, and one of those companies you might know as Xtra, because it's very obviously DJI. This is an interesting situation. Now, they're not saying the issue isn't that, hey, you're just bringing in DJI products with a different name on them. It's more that these companies, there's several here. I'm going to try and say them all. They're all odd names. Cogito Tech, Fixaxo, Lino, Sky High, Spatial Hover, SZ Noact, WaveGo Tech, and Xtra are all just like not responding to requests for information from the FCC. They just sort of ignored it, and that's what they're being fined for. But like they keep ignoring it. We might have a problem, I think. Like they're going to be like, well, then what's going on? So keep an eye on this space. But yeah, Xtra, DJI, and SZ Noact. That's my favorite one.
Fixaxo. I want that to be my superhero name. And I'm like, I'll wear like a construction hard hat and I'll shoot super glue out of my wrists and I will stick criminals to walls and stuff. And I'll say, I'm Fixaxo.
I thought you were just going to fix things poorly, like all with glue. It all
Like
falls
axes
apart.
exclusively.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry, I've got this. And then just super glue everything and buildings fall apart and stuff like that. Yeah.
Fixaxo.
They have 5 days to
curious-
respond. July 20th. So get
or
on
they
it.
get fined
Fixaxo.
$25,000. Or I think they already got fined $25,000. Yeah, but
What's
yeah.
$25,000, right? If you can get
To
DJI products
Fixaxo?
back into the
Nothing.
States. Yeah, Fixaxo, nothing.
If you can move some pocket for knockoffs, that you're going to pay for that pretty quick.
All right. Last
Crazy.
story of the week for this. I'm bringing him in. We're going to bring in Jeremy Gray. He's going to join
What?
us for this last
In
That's
this
so
story.
many boxes.
I
In
know.
this sports-related episode, you're going to bring in a pinch hitter, Jaron? What?
Wow.
So I've asked him to come in. Here we go. Joining us
Hey,
now,
Jeremy.
it's Jeremy.
Hi,
There he
Jeremy.
is.
How's it going? Nice Patriots jersey.
Thank you. It's not mine.
That's a damn thing about mine.
He can't tell what
I'm
yours
sorry,
is. It's just Canadian.
Is that Rough Riders?
Jordan's
No,
wearing
it's
a
Flames.
Fujinon. Jordan's wearing a Fujinon jersey.
Yeah.
Draft spirit. I like
Go
it.
Canada.
All right. So for this last story, it doesn't seem like anyone agrees with you, Jeremy, or you, Chris, on your takes on the RX10 V. Everyone else liked it. and you guys were on the border of like not even Jeremy at least was on the fence. Something like saying should you buy it? He was like, I'm leaning no.
Sorry. Did you just say on le fence?
On
that
the
was very
fence.
classy. I thought you went
Le
to French
fence.
there. I liked it. A little Parisian.
Okay, sure. That's what I meant to say, of course. So Chelsea, I don't know if you saw how Jeremy and Chris felt, but I kind of wanted you guys to go back and forth on this. On like, why did you guys disagree?
I saw you guys had some mixed feelings. I want to first say that I think people hone in on one review way too much and think one person's opinion is going to be correct or another reviewer's will be wrong. I always encourage people to watch multiple and kind of,
They should
draw their own conclusions. But
watch ours and Chelsea's and then then call it.
Yeah. You could go on my new YouTube channel where my review is, and I reviewed it from the point of view of who I thought would buy the camera, which is, I was thinking of people I know specifically who will never want to buy another lens, who don't really know what they're going to be shooting at any particular point in time. And they're probably never going to dig so deeply into the specs that they're going to get, upset about small things. And I had fun using it and I got some good pictures. So I was happy with it.
I mean, it definitely makes sense, your opinion on this, because you are a very skilled wildlife photographer and you shoot a lot of birds as well too. And like, that's kind of one of your things. So I was curious to see, like, look, I make no qualms about saying I'm not a big bridge camera person. I don't love using bridge cameras. I don't love the experience. I say it all the time. But I didn't really complain about the camera. It's my problem with the RX10 V is it's in a lot of ways it's an RX10 IV, and it's been a long time, and it still felt very much like the same camera. And I just felt like where Sony had opportunities to improve the camera from the RX10 IV, from a photographic standpoint, I didn't really see much. The autofocus being updated with the new subject detection modes is great, and it seems to work well for people, but I actually didn't find that it worked very well for birds. And, for a target audience where it's going to be a lot of birders and a lot of people want to shoot wildlife stuff, I didn't feel like it was very effective. I mean, we tried the insect detect, it didn't work very well. Bird detect, it was hit or miss. And for me, the whole point of a bridge camera being successful is it has to be easy to use and reliable for people that might not want to invest the knowledge in really making it work properly and customizing autofocus and stuff like that. And then it did improve video capabilities, but photographically, I just didn't really feel like it changed much. The burst rates didn't change really. There's no pre-capture mode, and I just felt like these would have been timely improvements, especially after so much time. To me, it felt a lot like just a re-release of an RX10 IV, which is, almost 10 years old. And I was just like, well, sure, it's a lot of money for basically the same camera. And and so I wasn't taking it in a negative way, because like everybody's done that. Panasonic's re-releasing all their old cameras. It's just the same.
You hated
stuff.
those just as much. Well, not more.
For the same reason. I'm just like, we're just re-releasing older cameras. So I feel like I didn't really give it a negative review. I certainly wasn't glowing all over it. I just felt like they could have done more with this design.
All over it. Yeah.
Glowing all over it, everywhere.
The subject detection's huge, though. You know how many people I've talked to who are photography and they don't even know that's a thing yet? I'm like, oh yeah, it will find your subject. And these are people who buy cameras every 8 years.
Yeah.
6 years. So to them, it's blowing their minds. And I had it work really well, but I also had very ideal light with a lot of my wildlife, and it was finding it all the time. I didn't really have that problem, but maybe, did you have lower light, or was it?
It was an overcast day, but I mean, a camera should be capable of photographing birds on overcast days. And Sony's subject detection is normally gangbusters. So
that's weird. I didn't have a problem.
Yeah, I found it. It wouldn't pick up birds if they were smaller in the frame. Like it wouldn't pick them up against busy backgrounds. Like I found it very difficult. And yeah, I'm not expecting it to be a super professional whatever, but I don't know.
Jeremy's doing a lot of nodding because he didn't have the exact same camera that Chris did. He had a second RX10. So it's not like they had one bad unit. It's like they both had two separate experiences on two opposite sides of the country of the continent simultaneously.
So
what did you
you're
find,
saying
Jeremy?
maybe because I'm in Connecticut, it was working better if the geographics are impacting the performance.
But Jeremy was like your next door neighbor, and he's
in Maine.
Yeah.
Maine.
I shot a lot of birds. Afternoon light. It wasn't that low. I mean, there were birds like perching on posts, flying against a bare sky, just sort of walking along the sand. And in all of those cases, sometimes it would work really well, and other times I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
It's just, I shouldn't have to, in my opinion, I guess, I shouldn't have to fight against the camera's like automatic subject detection to get something in focus. And I know that a lot of people had good experiences. But I just expected more. I just expected something closer to what we've seen from Sony's other cameras in the last like 4 or 5 years. And it just felt so kind of old-fashioned, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing I keep going back to, I've historically been very team RX10. I talked on the podcast, I'd love to find the clip of like, look, Sony, just take the old camera and like put your new menu system in it and call it a day and everybody will be thrilled.
You got what you wanted.
The thing to remember is like RX10 4s were selling hugely inflated. It was like $2,200 used. So this is basically coming out at the same price. I'm sure the price has dropped like a rock in the last week. Yeah, okay, Jaren's on it.
Oh, you think so? I'm curious about that.
But the reason for that is this still does stuff that no other camera can do since Panasonic dropped the Z2000 line. So what are they going for now, Jaren?
A like new minus and excellent plus are $3,000.
Oh, yeah. So there's still clearly a demand for
Not
this.
anymore.
And we say it feels like the old camera, but I mean, the bigger battery, the EVF, I don't think we talked about enough for birding, makes a huge difference actually having a sharp EVF. Sure. And the video quality rocks. Like it's a very detailed image. So
yeah, Jason Vong really liked the video features that they added on there.
So I do still see it as an audience for the same people. I mean, honestly, that was one of our first DP review episodes, so I left the camera store when the RX10 4 came out, and I was still recommending it to a lot of people for like casual kids sports, birding trips, things like that. And that same audience, I think, is way better served by this new camera that's going to be readily available. So I think this is good news overall, even if we were like, in the case of like, Chris and Jeremy disappointed with the birds. I did find a little struggle with the bird autofocus as well in video mode, but it was bang on with humans and the other subjects I tried it with for video mode. So birds just seem to be a weird hang-up.
Between the PetaPixel team, we had like 4 people shoot multiple cameras and have similar issues, right? I mean, the other thing too for birds, you want to have those really fast shutter speeds, like 2,000th of a second or faster, and then you lose your fastest aperture. So you're like, blah, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it means you got to crank ISO. It means, and this camera, yeah, like it's still a Type 1 sensor. It's not amazing at high ISO. I mean, I was seeing noise levels as I started to push it up. So, I mean, I know people are gonna be like, okay, but the target audience might not be that demanding, and that's totally cool. There was a lot of reviews where people were like, this is amazing, it's perfect, there's no problems with it. And I'm like, well, I don't know, we had some issues with it, so.
Yeah, I didn't say it was amazing or perfect, but I do think that it's very good for what it's supposed to do, and I recognize it's a niche tool. And so it has a small sensor, low light performance. I saw noise. I took pictures of a rabbit, and it was at dusk, and it was noisy. But it was still locking on to the subject. And I'm really surprised about the birds. Now I feel like gaslit. I'm going to go back and look at my pictures because I was tracking things flying in the sky, songbirds. I had things in the woods. I had things flying. And obviously it wasn't like my Alpha 1, but I was surprised it was doing that well. So yeah, I guess I just had a different feeling, a different experience.
I mean, I would want to bring back up, as a broken record that I am, the lack of a pre-capture is to me just like kind of a staggering omission here.
I thought so too.
Yeah. And especially considering that target audience where you're trying to cater to people who kind of want to do a little bit of everything, and to not have something that makes that easier and more accessible
totally
just feels like a miss.
A lot of the comments, Jeremy, were like, "Oh, but pre-capture's for like professionals." Blah blah blah.
I was about to say.
No, it's quite the opposite. Pre-capture is for people who don't have the ability to get that timing or anticipate all the time.
Do you think
it's great.
Sony thinks that they had to leave it out? Because there actually doesn't seem to be there's no technical reason, I wouldn't think, because it's using the latest
Maybe
processor.
there is.
Why, if it's using the latest processor, then there's no technical reason as to why it can't have it in there.
I'm assuming it's a buffer issue or something like that. Maybe they just don't have the onboard memory to store that. I don't know.
That is reasonable considering the cost of memory, but
they've had 8 years. I mean, it's
that
a
to me would have been a
difficult.
really cool feature. Yeah.
It's just one of
That is
those
a cool
things
feature.
where like Chelsea mentioned, like there's a lot of people who this camera is really good for, and I wouldn't hesitate to recommend it to a maybe not hardcore photo audience. Yeah, or just people who want something convenient and easy to pick up, and it can do it all.
Yeah.
But I just expected, based on what my experience was with the RX10 IV back in 2017 or whatever it was, I thought that this would be a camera I would recommend to somebody like me, and it just didn't hit.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, let's keep context, right? We still said this is the best bridge camera available today. But we probably would have said 3 months ago, oh, the RX10 IV is the best bridge camera available today. So
We did on the previous camera draft.
There you go. So, yeah. I just thought there'd be more improvement. Whatever, great. If you haven't bought one yet and you're looking for a bridge camera and you're the target audience, yeah, the RX10 V is the way to go. But it's just we did it in context of what we've seen over the last, honestly, couple iterations from the RX10, and it's like, is it really that different?
All right. Well, interested to hear what the listeners have to say about this, the conversation. The other thing that I'll close with this that I find hilarious is in the comments on PetaPixel, there is this thought that we put this together as an apology. Like we put a story together as
that made me laugh.
What other reviewers thought of the Sony, even though we didn't like it. Like this was some sort of like olive branch to Sony. That's not what happened. Like we don't do that. They don't request it. This was literally like hey, this is very unusual for us to have this differing of an opinion on a product from other reviewers. So we thought it was fair to show what other reviewers did like about it, because this rarely happens these days. Most of us come to similar conclusions on camera equipment. So no, this is not like a please don't be mad at us, Sony. That's not how that works.
No, I think it's like I think you even say it in the beginning of the article that, you should just watch multiple different reviews and get different takes.
Yeah,
Only
fine.
2.
Only 2, yeah. Who's this? Steve Perry. Just watch Steve Perry.
Yeah, just us and Steve Perry. Not that Chelsea Mercado.
Don't watch me.
All right.
She's into fishing now. She's gonna do fishing reviews.
For the love of God, we have to start this draft.
So that's what I'm going to do. Jordan, I'm going to hand it off to you to go over like what's going on here. I'm also, I have on my screen over here, I've got the draft order and all that, but you should explain what's happening here.
Okay,
'cause
so
I don't know.
if you haven't listened to the previous draft episode, we did one where we all picked some of our favorite camera series throughout history. It was a lot of fun, so you should definitely listen to that. If you haven't already, we did that with Dave Amell. But the basic idea here is we are going to put together a team of a variety of focal lengths, and we're going to pick some of the best lenses from all of the different camera manufacturers for this. We've got a variety of focal lengths, which Jaron will be going through. We will be following traditional snake rules. So we're going to start at one end, we're going to crawl our way up to a person at the end who will go twice, and then we'll work our way back down. So the people who get first crack at it will be slightly penalized, and the people who have to wait get some perks for that.
Draft order was decided weeks and weeks ago. Randomly. And
the
so
second time Chelsea borrowed a jersey.
Yes. The draft order is Jordan, Jeremy, Jaron, Chris, Chelsea.
So I get to kick things off, and then I get to cool my heels for quite a while everybody else rolls through these. You may select in any order whatever category you want to fill out. Jaron will go through the categories here shortly. Once a lens is off the board, obviously no one else can take it. So the idea here is you want to get the things that you think will be popular earlier and save some of your more eclectic, weird stuff for later in the draft. Is there anything I missed, Jaron, who will be handling the rules? And if any of us don't follow the focal length restrictions, I'm sure he will correct us civilly and cordially. Go ahead, Jaron.
So what I'll do here is these are the categories. Wide angle prime, which is less than 28 millimeters. Normal prime.
Sorry, 28 or less, correct?
Yeah, 28 or less.
28 or less.
Yeah, I don't have the less than or equal to symbol on my computer. I just have the caret.
What? I have different categories.
Do you?
40 millimeters
Mercado.
or less.
Who told you that? Was that Chris?
Jordan.
Because
And
we
an
definitely
email.
we definitely had a conversation about this where Chris was. I remember being like, I don't like that you've restricted these in certain ways because he disagreed with our original thing. So here's what they are.
We changed that.
Yeah,
Maybe Chelsea got the first draft.
she may
That's
have.
entirely possible.
Well, that's fine, Chelsea. You do go last, so you do have time to recover from this. But wide angle prime is less than or equal to 28. Normal prime is between 35 millimeters and 75 millimeters. I'll go slow so you can take notes. That includes 35 and 75. Ready for me to move on?
God.
She's scrambling. Portrait prime is 75 to 135, inclusive of those. Telephoto prime is 135 and above. So I guess that should be 136 and above because 135 is included in the portrait prime. So 136 millimeters and above is telephoto prime. Wide angle zoom, where the entire zoom range must be wide angle. So the entire zoom range has to fit under the previously established rule of 28 millimeters or less. Okay. The standard zoom, that's like a 24 to 70 or a 24 to 105. That's like somewhere in there is acceptable. Telephoto zoom has to start at the 70 millimeter area and covers all of telephoto. So that's open to whatever you like there. And then
70
wildcard
plus.
70.
I thought it could go
starts.
above 70, Jaron.
That's what I'm saying. It's 70 is the widest it can be. So like,
right, but it can start
it can go wider.
Yes.
So that can be anything you want in the telephoto zoom.
It can go more telephoto.
But we decided as a team that 70 was where telephoto started for this particular range. And then finally is wildcard. Anything that doesn't quite fit into there, like, I don't know, any of Lawa's weird microscope zooms, tilt shifts, all those sort of things go into the wildcard section. So think of that as your tight end.
Okay.
If in fantasy drafting.
I don't understand. Please expand on that.
I'm not going to.
Okay. 30 seconds each to pick, right?
Yeah, ish. And then you're on the board. You have 30 seconds to say what it is. Then you can describe why you picked that one as your favorite. And then we'll move on to the next one.
We'll go quickly.
So starting out, Jordan, you are on the board. Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know if I want to be a big jerk or be creative. I've decided to settle on big jerk. So I'm going to take for a portrait prime the Nikkor 105 2.5, one of the most legendary lenses ever
hate you
made.
so much.
I know.
Wow.
I knew I was going to piss people off with this pick. So
Well, one person.
Yeah, me specifically, because you know that I love this lens.
this has been a beloved lens for generations, okay? Everyone's grandpa also loved this lens. But there's a good reason for it. It's very versatile. It's got a great look, and Nikon should re-release it with this exact same optical formula in Z-mount. Done.
That's your portrait prime, right?
Yep.
You
What
know,
was that?
given that your position on the board, that makes a lot of sense to take now because you don't get to go for a while.
Exactly. I want to do some stealing up front.
You jerk.
Was that a 24 to 105? I was
It's a
doing
105
research.
2.5.
It's the 105-25. So he took portrait
105.
prime,
It's an
105.
old one.
the best lens ever made, in my opinion.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. All right. Up next, Jeremy, while I recover from that betrayal.
Yeah, I mean, wow, really setting a tone here. It's going to be one of those days. I'll just keep things pretty simple here. I'm going to take a standard zoom off the board. I know there's so many good ones, but I want my favorite. So I'm going to go for the Nikon, the newest 24-70 f2.8 Mark II. I think it's kind of the perfect example of what this type of lens should be. I mean, internal zoom, compact, lightweight, absurdly sharp and performant. Can't go wrong. I mean, if you had to have one lens with like a Z8 or a Z9, this is the one.
That's on my board. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to grab that, put that on here. That is the standard zoom for Jeremy. Great. Good pick. And I'm putting these into Asana as well. I'll do my best to let you know if something's been picked, Chelsea, since you can't see our Asana board.
Thank you.
I am up next, so I will finish putting this in Photoshop after. Well, Jordan, you took the best lens ever, and I hate you forever for it.
Totally mutual, Jared.
I've got 30 seconds to pick something else. Well, okay, so shoot. I think for me, then I'm also going to go portrait prime, and I will take the Canon EF 105-28 macro. I like this lens a lot. This I actually really came to know this lens when I was working with portrait and fashion photographers and beauty photographers in LA. And most of them were using this lens and never using it at macro. They could if they needed to get tight shots, but it's just a really nice portrait prime. And I mean, if I can't have the Nikon one, I guess I'll settle for the Canon one.
That's the LIS, right? I think that's actually, isn't that 100 mil?
I thought there was a 105 macro. Am I wrong?
You talking DSLR?
It's a DSLR lens.
Yeah, he's talking DSLR. Yeah.
Yeah, that was 100 mil.
It's 100? I must have
100 mil, yeah.
mistyped that. Yeah, it sounds right. Okay. I apologize. The 100 millimeter macro. Yeah, great lens. Love it. And for the type of like portrait stuff you shoot, like you don't need faster than that. In fact, you rarely actually use it at 2.8. You're typically at 5.
What if you could have 2.5? That would be nice.
It would have been nice. All right.
All right, let's keep going.
Chris, you're up.
My turn. So I'm going to go standard zoom as well. Jeremy's has got a great choice. You know, you might think I'm going to choose 2870 f2s because you know that's my jam, but it's niche.
Don't you
might think
dare.
I'm going to go Sony 20-70 f4 because I love that lens. But no, I'm not.
What?
I'm going to choose my favorite. It's also a Nikon lens, and it's the 24-120 f4. This is the greatest general purpose lens of all time. Insanely versatile, sharp all the way through the range. You might think, oh, f4 is not a professional lens, but professionals love this lens. Amateurs love this lens. Everybody should love this lens. Every time I put it on, I get beautiful photos out of it. I think if you're a Nikon user, that should be the number one choice for general purpose lens.
That's your Idaho lens, right?
It's lightweight. It's amazing lens. So there's no disputing it. I'm going to get my star player out there, 24-120 f4.
24-120 f4.
Chelsea, you got 2.
Yeah, Chelsea, you get to go twice in a row now.
Oh, nice. Okay. I will go standard zoom, practical girly. You know that I shoot Sony, and I'm a 24-70 girl, but I've always been jealous of the Canon 28-70 f2. When I used it, I thought it was gorgeous. It's clean. I just feel like it's a lens I would keep on my camera all the time. I'm going to take that from you guys.
The Canon one?
Yeah.
Canon 28-70 f2?
Yeah.
I love that lens. I do love it.
Nice.
But I'm a weirdo. So.
Boy, aren't you? What's your next one then, Chelsea?
My next one, I feel like I have to stay true to my passion, go telephoto zoom. Maybe this isn't smart because you guys, you're not as into it as me, but this is a brand new lens. I loved it a lot. I want it. The Sony 100-400 f4.5. Lighter, sharper, even with teleconverters. It was blowing me away. I loved it. I wanted to buy it immediately. I'm stealing it.
That was right at the top of my tellies. Thank you, Chelsea.
It's a great lens. Okay, grabbing it and sticking it on the board. That is your telephoto zoom.
Yeah.
Chris, you're back on the board, I believe.
I'm going normal prime. This is a crowded market. There's so many good choices, but when it comes to normal prime, I'm going to choose the Sigma 50mm f1.2 Art. I really think it gets people into an ultra fast lens if they want it without breaking the bank. You know, other companies make these similar lenses, but they're so expensive, and it has some of the nicest, cleanest bokeh you will find in a lens.
Which one was it? Sigma what?
The 50mm f1.2 Art. Beautiful lens, not overly heavy, looks great, and just optically fantastic.
Isn't that the lens that inspired us to make a you don't need f1.2?
It doesn't matter. It's gorgeous.
It still looks really nice, yeah.
You don't think people need f1.2. I agree with you in most cases.
I'm going to grab this one because Chelsea took the other. I'm going to go standard zoom, and I'm going to take everything you can do, I can do better. Sony 28-70 f2 GM off the board, because I think I was originally going to do the Canon, and I was originally going to do it because there's some credit deserves to be given to a company that does it first and years before the other. But Sony did in fact make a slightly better version of this lens. So, whoa, what?
Okay.
Hands up.
Fighting
Oh,
words.
talk to the
If
hand.
you're just
That's a
listening,
fighting
things are
word.
getting heated, contentious.
I'm scared. Okay.
Do you think Canon actually is still better, even though it's 5 years older?
I mean,
Doesn't matter.
I just want to say, for anyone watching who is questioning if I know stuff, I have this mustache. I'm extremely masculine, and I know a lot.
Whoa.
So let's just move forward.
And it's graying too, so that means that you really know what you're talking about. Whoa.
Okay.
When did this professor show up all of a sudden? This professor of photography and all things optically related. Wow.
We're looping back around now to you, Jeremy.
All right. I'm going to be so daring, bold, courageous. I'll take a 105 also. Why not?
What?
I'll join the party. I'll go with the Nikon AFS 105 f1.4e ED. The fact that this lens has not made its Z mount return is just baffling to me. This is a legendary lens. Everyone who's ever used it or owned it loves it. That's a fact.
Yeah.
There's no one who has ever bought it didn't like it. So I don't know why Nikon hasn't returned to this very deep well, but they should.
You could make the argument that's the last great DSLR lens. I think a lot of people would hold that up.
That was the 105-14.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's your portrait prime, right?
Yes.
Took that from me.
Jordan, 2 in a row.
All right. You all took your standard zooms, so I don't have to pick one, even though the one I wanted is still on the board. So that totally rocks. So I'm going to go to my wild card, take one of my favorite lenses ever. No one knows what focal range this is. It's weird. It's the Tamron 35-150 f2 to 2.8, one of my favorite lenses I have ever used. Awesome for video. Like, hey, do you want just a semi-wide frame, but you want to like crash right in and have beautiful shallow depth of field through the whole range? This is a lens that really made me reevaluate what Tamron was doing in mirrorless. There's nothing like it at the time. Now Samyang has made a equivalent lens, which I still haven't tested, but I love this lens. So I'm happy to have that on my board. And then for my telephoto prime, I'm going to take the Nikon 400mm f4.5, which is super bitty. I love this recent development of slightly slower but super compact telephoto lenses. And this is one of my favorite examples of those. It's a nice focal length. It'll take a teleconverter if you want a little more reach. It's sharp as all hell, and the bokeh was really beautiful on it. So love what Nikon's doing with telephotos, and this is my favorite in their lineup.
What was that? Sorry?
The 400mm f4.5 Z mount.
It's nice lens.
4.5. Great. All right, we're back to you, Jeremy.
I'm feeling inspired. I'll follow Jordan's lead here. I'll take my telephoto prime now, and it will also be a spiritual sibling to that 400. It's the Nikkor Z800 f6.3. Man, it's a ton of reach. It is fairly expensive. I mean, well, it is. It's $6,000. That's expensive.
Pocket change.
Yeah, right. It's just an impulse buy. But I mean, it does something special. A lot of wildlife photographers love it. It's sharp. It's fast enough for modern cameras. And it doesn't like break your back. So that's always nice. It's just a really great wildlife lens. I mean, you could use it for sports too, I guess. Like soccer or football might be really nice for it as well. Yeah, it's a great lens.
I was waffling between the two.
Looking at what I have on
Jeremy,
my-
are you only going to choose Nikon glass? I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
They're making good
No,
lenses
but
these
you
days.
know, sometimes biases are very obvious.
Seeing as I have more options in my other categories than in this category, I'm going to go ahead and also do telephoto zoom because I'm concerned that I'm going to lose this one next.
Telephoto zoom. Okay.
Telephoto zoom. I'm going to do the Sigma 300 to 600 f4 Sports.
Yeah, nice lens. Sure.
This is a spectacular lens that is probably the best value of any telephoto zoom
Ever.
ever. Yeah, ever.
Yeah.
That's insane. And I've seen everything that this thing does, and I've seen incredible photos out of it. I think it's gorgeous, and I would like that lens. So I'm putting that on my board.
Okie dokie. Well, you guys have some good options for telephoto primes, but you're still wrong because the lenses that you guys mentioned so far are either very expensive or heavy. Well, Jordan's isn't heavy or expensive, but Jeremy's certainly is. But also they're limited to a particular brand. And the best telephoto prime is the Sigma 500mm f5.6. It is affordable, incredibly sharp, compact, gives you great reach, and you can get it on multiple mounts so more people can enjoy it than just whatever you're stuck to with your brand. And it focuses fast, it's easy to carry, like it's just such a nice lens, and the f5.6 aperture with modern sensors is not a hindrance. So I love the photos I get out of it. It's so nice to carry around, and it really opens up the possibility for high-end wildlife photographer to more people, not only on a brand or mount range, but also budget.
Awesome choice.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well said, Chris.
A little insulting,
Let's
but
see.
Chelsea, you've got two in a row here, so go for it in whatever order you like.
Look, I'm scrolling through. I'm thinking.
Did you just have that ready for this, or did
I
you
made
just
it.
for this?
I made it for this.
Probably a
She
month and a
grew
half
it.
ago.
She didn't make it. She grew it. She coughed and it just popped out.
It came with the knowledge. Okay. Let's see. I have some thoughts. Y'all are taking some really good lenses here. I have some unusual decision-making skills. I'm going to go... Wait, did I already do telephoto prime?
You did not.
I'm going to go there. And
Okay.
I'm going to make a choice based on an experience we've all had when you're standing around with your telephoto prime with other photographers and you want to know who has the biggest one. And it's going to be me, the Canon RF 800mm f5.6. It's $18,000 and everyone's going to be hating.
That's an interesting reason to pick it. Okay.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Just swinging it wild.
Swing it.
You've got another lens you can pick now too. Your remaining categories are wide angle zoom, wild card, portrait prime, normal prime, and wide angle prime.
Okay, I have a portrait prime, a normal prime. Let's see. This one I chose. I don't know that much about it, but I thought it would hurt Jordan. It's
Good,
the Carl
thanks.
Zeiss planar 50mm built for NASA in 1966. Kubrick used it to shoot Barry Lyndon by candlelight. 10 exist in the world. 6 are for NASA. It's a pure chaotic choice.
Wow.
So this is your normal prime?
The 50mm.7, I believe.
Yes.
That's nuts. Wow.
That's okay. Normal prime, Zeiss 50mm f.7.
Oh, shoot.
That's a wild card without being the wild card. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
well,
normal.
I mean,
And I could sell it and retire.
How long has it been since everyone watched Barry Lyndon?
I've never seen
I have
it.
never
I
seen
just
it.
watched that one
Time,
scene.
man, long time.
That movie rips.
time.
Everyone should watch it. It's hilarious. It's a comedy, even though it takes place in old times, and it's beautiful. that movie's awesome.
All right.
Chris?
So, we're hearing a lot of these legendary lenses you guys are throwing out. They're like Chelsea. Wow, that's quite the take. The 105 2.5 Nikkor. These are all legendary lenses, but they've been around for a long time. Modern lenses can be legendary too. I've got a hot take here. I'm going Portrait Prime, and I'm going to go with the Viltrox 85mm f1.4 Pro. And this is maybe an undersung lens, but this thing has some of the most interesting bokeh I've seen. There's lots of lenses that have clean bokeh for portraits. I often find clean bokeh a little sterile looking. The Viltrox Pro at 1.4 has a very strong swirly effect, kind of a softer glow. I would say Leica-esque glow. It's beautiful for portraiture, and it gives you a reason to shoot at that wide aperture. But when you stop the lens down to f2.8, f4, the apertures that we often will shoot portrait at, where we want to get, the whole face in focus and stuff, then it's just razor sharp, clean, and smooth. So you really get this interesting, versatile portrait lens. It can give you two different looks. It's affordable. It focuses well. It does away with that silly LCD screen that the Lab series had. It is a gorgeous, affordable lens. And again, a lens for the people that you can get in multiple mounts.
Wow.
Cool.
Politician vibes.
I have a question. If I wanted to take a 135 and I wanted it in my telephoto prime, would it be allowed, or do I have?
I'm sorry, it's 136 millimeter and
So
above.
that's what I'm asking.
I believe,
Yeah.
according to the rules.
So no?
Yes, that would count as a portrait prime, Jaron.
I'd tell you to shove it.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Then I will take the Sigma 200
I tell you to go
millimeter
Linden
f2.
your berries.
Oh,
Sigma
Good call.
200 millimeter f2 DG Sports is my telephoto prime choice.
Damn.
I'm not a super long lens guy. Like
Chelsea?
going beyond 300 feels like I just don't shoot anything like that. I don't shoot birds and I don't shoot animals. So I want something that I can actually use like still for people that feels reasonable. I mean, you can of course use a 500 millimeter for people if you want to, but like for portraits, but I think the 200 for me is about right. So, and then this is a gorgeous lens, spectacular.
It is a gorgeous lens.
And that's my pick for telephoto prime.
Unique.
Yeah, unique New York.
Absolutely.
Jeremy,
which Nikon lens are you going to choose next?
Very, very funny. I haven't been fervently deleting all of them from my list. No, I'm going to go telephoto zoom. And this was actually my number one pick. I didn't just swap it in last second, so I don't look like just a brand elitist or whatever. I don't know. The Canon.
Oh,
no, it is not. It is the Canon RF 100 to 300 f2.8.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it still has the same problems that Chris has pointed out with my other ones. It's only on RF mount, and it's expensive.
It's beefy.
It is beefy. It's just a really fantastic lens. I got to shoot some baseball with it for a story with Canon at Yankee Stadium, and it was just incredible. This was the night game. I was blown away by the image quality.
Yeah.
It's versatile.
Good choice.
Love it. Great
You
lens.
said the 100 to 500?
300.
100 to 300. Sorry, I might have misspoke.
the 2.8 constant.
No, you didn't. It's okay.
So good.
All right, Jordan, 2.
Yeah. So the telephoto zoom, I've actually had 2 of mine stolen from me. So F y'all. And
Which ones are those? Which ones did you want?
the 1 to 400 and the Canon 1 to 300, the Sony 1 to 4 f4.5.
So you just missed.
So I just missed.
Jeremy
Yeah.
swiped it.
Yep, he did. But you know what? I think I'm going to go to an underdog lens from a little while back, and that is the original Canon RF 70 to 200 2.8, which was super compact. They've since brought out a lens that's better optically, but you know what? It is a pain to put in my bag if I am just carrying on an airplane, where the 70 to 200 2.8 collapsed down to a little bitty size, was still optically very good. No, it won't take a teleconverter.
No, it won't, which is why it's a terrible choice.
But I can still shoot banger portraits without a teleconverter. People have been doing it for 50 years at this point. And it is the smallest 70 to 200 I've yet used. Tamron 70 180 was also in consideration there.
That player is going to get injured in the off season before you can even use it, man.
Going with the sports. Analogy here. Yeah. Jordan, your second pick of your
My second pick, I'm going to do my normal prime, and no one has slipped outside of full frame yet, I don't believe. And I'm going to do that. My normal prime is the legendary Hasselblad H80mm f2.8, a 50mm f1.8 equivalent, because the H system had bigger sensors than our modern medium format ones. But this lens was used on film H series, the digital H series, and so often I'd go to a high-end studio and this lens was still stuck on it because it was almost treated like a kit lens, but it was so incredibly good that everybody just kept it in their kit. It's small, it's fantastic optically, and there's a reason that it is a legendary medium format optic.
Nice. Unusual pick. I like it.
Yeah.
Jeremy, we're back to you.
All right. I'm going to take a dip in the old wide angle prime pool here. I'm not really a huge wide angle guy, and I'm especially not an ultra wide angle guy, but on rare occasions, ultra wide is the perfect choice. And if you're going to go ultra wide, you might as well just go nuts. So I'm going to go Sigma 14mm f1.4 DGDNR.
I'm surprised it lasted this long.
That's a very good pick.
It's a fantastic lens. I believe it's the one where they are now just building them to order. Like once a year, I think it's that one.
Yeah, I think they have 2 build cycles per year, but it's close. It's something like, you have to let them know, and you're going to wait a while.
Yeah, it's a special order. It's a special order guy now. It's just fantastic for Astro, which is really the only time I'm busting out a lens like this. So can't go wrong.
Yeah, great choice.
Because I only have one lens here that's left that I could pick, I am also going with wide angle prime. It's again not a place that I love to live, but if I'm going to, and I'm not going to be able to use that Sigma lens, I'm going to go with the Nikkor 15 f5.6 AI.
Oh, yeah.
Older lens. That's it. I'm not going to rationalize myself.
It's pretty well regarded. I've never used it.
Chris, you're up. Yeah, that's it.
Am I up?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You have to fill out telephoto zoom, wide angle zoom, and wide angle prime, and wildcard.
Okay, let's do wide angle zoom. Let's get that out of the way. I think Nikon needs credit for this lens, the 14 to 24mm f2.8. What a great lens. Yes, it's big, but it's sharp, wide open. You can use it for so many applications, and it has a way of taking filters with an adapter. It is a killer wide-angle zoom. I think I've upset some people, and that's okay.
Yeah. It looks as though, did you have that on yours too, Jordan?
I did, yes.
Yeah, Jeremy and I also had that on our board. Chelsea, do you have that on your board?
No comment.
No.
Can't compete, man. It's so good.
Yeah, all right. Well, Chelsea, you get to pick 2 now.
Ooh, where should I go? Let me
You need wide angle zoom, portrait prime.
Any more Kubrick lenses kicking
prime.
around your back pocket?
Yeah.
I did choose some weird things just to upset you guys. Let's see. For my wide angle prime, can I choose a 28 millimeter? Okay.
Yes, you can.
So I'll go with the Zeiss Otis 28mm f1.4. It's smooth like a seal. If anyone wants to look it up and see the beautiful design, it's got great optics, a beautiful bokeh.
Like the animal, not like the artist.
Both.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, both. And also, I watched Gordon Lang's review, and he said it was the best wide-angle lens he's ever reviewed.
Wow.
But it's manual focus, but we don't know.
He's also smooth.
What happened to your mustache? Oh, geez. I was like, who's this?
Mid-draft shaving is occurring.
All right, Chelsea, your second of your 2 picks.
Oh, okay. Let me highlight that. I have a method going on here. All right. And then I did a normal prime. I need a portrait
prime, wide angle zoom, and wildcard.
For my portrait prime, I'm going to go pretty vanilla. The Canon RF 85-1.2. Fast, sharp, pretty.
Wow.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Solid lens.
Yeah, no one's ever going to argue with you. Yeah.
Not about this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry, that was too broad of a statement, I suppose.
Well, with the mustache, no one will argue with you.
No.
Yeah. Chris, we've looped back to you then. You're on the clock.
So, I mean, the original 7200 from Canon's good, but Jordan's crazy because teleconverters are exactly what make a 70 to 200 2.8 a versatile lens that you can then buy one lens, get converters, and shoots longer stuff. And it doesn't have to be big and heavy. I'm going with the Sony G Master 70 to 200 f2.8 version 2. This lens really upped the game in image quality while at the same time dropping it in size. It's an expensive lens, but insanely sharp, optically fantastic. I mean, by this point, Sony had established a reputation for making good optics, but this cemented it. But the fact that it got lighter, still very manageable in size, could take converters, fast focusing. If you're buying a 7200, it should be a versatile workhorse of a lens, and Sony uses this as just such an awesome choice to handle portraiture, wildlife, to some degree with a converter, event photography, you name it. Great lens.
For context, the first version sucked, so making it better was not that difficult. But yes,
doesn't matter. The second lens was awesome.
Very good.
And that's what was such a big impact as it came out and we tried it. We're like, wow, what a difference. This is what mirrorless lenses should be like.
All right, so I've got another one where it's kind of a weird one, and it doesn't. I need you would have to all agree that I could pick this lens. Why is there mustache on your chin now, Chelsea?
I got jealous of my beards.
Okay. I don't. I shaved.
Yeah.
I would like to pick a wide-angle zoom, and I want it to be a 16 to 35. Is that allowed?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the standard.
Yeah.
Because the 35 isn't technically wide. It's leaning into the normal. But if you guys
I think if it's creeping into that range, I think that's totally valid.
Okay. So I don't have to lean on the Sony 14 to 24. That was what I was going to pick if you made me go truly, truly wide. But I will take the Sony 16 to 35 f2.8. The 16 to 35 f2.8. So the reason I picked this is 16 to 35, or that general choice for the manufacturers, they all kind of hover somewhere in that range. I have had bad experiences with basically all of them except this one. I don't like pixel stretching is what I'll call it, like in the extreme corners when you're at like the 16 or the 14 on some of these, you don't get sharp corners. And the one that I can distinctly recall is there's a Canon one. I can't remember if it was their EF or if it was their RF, but like I was looking at my picture and I'm like, I just don't like how smeary the bottom two corners are in when I'm shooting verticals, not horizontals, verticals specifically. If I've got like rocks in the foreground and they look like crap, I did not like that. The Sony 16 to 35 did not deliver that experience for me, and it's one of the only lenses that I can think of in this range that doesn't do that, and I liked it.
Good choice.
Jeremy, you're up.
Well, you just mentioned that you didn't want to be forced to take the Sony 14 to 24. Well, you don't. Because, I mean, there's a 12 to 24, and that thing is wild.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. I want
Nice.
that lens. It does commit the cardinal sin for me of zooms, where I can't put a filter on it easily.
Yeah.
But there are accessories. You can go nuts. Put those giant rectangular or square filters on the front if you want. And you should. Polarizing is important. Yeah, I mean, it basically does all the same stuff as a Nikon, but it gets a little bit wider. And I would have taken the Nikon if I could, but I can't. So it's the Sony 12 to 24.
Good
Chelsea, I've attempted to clean my screen twice now with your mustache.
It's
Just
a
looks
it's
like-
a beard now.
Yeah, it looks like a piece of rice through on my screen. Yeah. Sorry. Good choice, Jeremy.
Jordan, you've got two now. You need a wide-angle prime, a wide-angle zoom.
Oh, I have three actually.
and
Yeah.
a standard zoom, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. What's one I think might still get taken from me by you? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go with a wide-angle zoom. And you've all been talking about the importance of filters, and I love filters. So the wide-angle zoom that I've actually used the most in just regular day-to-day photography is the Panasonic 8 to 16 millimeter f2.8 to 4, super compact, optically basically perfect, and it just takes little bitty 67 millimeter ND filters. So it's awesome for all kinds of work, and actually not bad for Astro considering the fact that it's slower. But just an excellent, well-rounded walk-around ultra-wide. Love it.
Even converted to full frame, it still qualifies.
Yeah,
Very nice.
16 to 28. Going with those other formats. And then for the wide-angle prime, I toyed with the idea of nothing but 28s because I am tired of the lack of 28s out there. This is my soapbox. Great focal length, totally underserved. Why do I have to wait for an Otis lens, Chelsea, from 10 years ago if I want to talk about good ultra-wide or wide-angle primes? But I don't, because shortly after that, Nikon released one of their final f-mount lenses, the 28mm f1.4, which is a lens I loved. Used that on a D850. Just a stunning, like fast focusing, all the modern technology, but very clean distortion and really nice out of focus areas on it. I would love to see a modern update of this lens, and it's fetching a pretty good price still used for this very reason, I suspect. So I'm going to take that as well.
Okay, Jeremy, you have 2 left.
Yeah. What is this one?
Normal prime
Normal
or wild
prime.
card. You got to fill one of those.
Normal prime. Well, it's just an embarrassment of riches.
It really is. That's why
I really,
so many good ones.
I've really struggled with this one, and I actually just made a last-second addition to my list.
Ooh.
It's another Nikon. Sorry. It's the original Noct 58 f1.2. It's from 1977, I believe. And in classic Nikon fashion, they do have an exceptionally detailed article about it on their fantastic 1001 Nights series. This was the 16th entry, to put into perspective how old this is. It's just I mean, people love it still. People still adapt it. It's just a special kind of lens. I don't really feel like the 58 f.95, that was kind of the modern successor to this, totally nailed it. It's a little too
heavy,
sharp. Well, it's definitely too sharp. Yeah, it's definitely too huge. Yeah, I just wanted to give a little shout out to this sort of
classic lens.
I'm shocked that Light Lens Lab hasn't tried to do this yet, because those lenses are so valued for, especially cinematographers are still clamoring for them.
I'm sure it's coming.
And they're not even that optically complex, really. Yeah. There's not a lot of glass in there.
So I'm going to go with my normal prime here, because the only one that has been mentioned was on my board, and that was the one that Chris took, which was the 50 from Sigma 51.2. Mm-hmm. I also have on here the Voigtlander Nocton 35-1.2, because I love that lens on my
nobody
Bessa.
chose a 35 yet. Good job,
I'm taking
Jared.
a 35, but I'm doing this because this was, it's not necessarily the best lens, but it is the most influential lens and changed everything when it came out. And that is the Sigma 35 1.4 Art Original, the DSLR lens. This was a big deal. This is Kazudo Yamaki-san basically saying Sigma is going to stand for something greater. And when I reviewed this lens originally, I did it for f-stoppers back in the day, I was immediately questioned when I said, this is one of the greatest lenses I've ever used. This is spectacular, better than first party. They didn't believe me. I only had to wait a couple months for it to be like, oh, wait, he was right. Everyone agrees with Jaren. This lens is that good. So I have strong positive memories of this lens. It changed Sigma as a brand forever, and I am taking it as my normal prime.
Wow. It changed third party, I think it's fair to say. Yeah. The expectations for third party went up after that thing hit market.
All right. I am going to go with my wild card. I think this is a pretty wild card. I am going to go with a camera system that every single photo that it's taken, the world has been enthralled, entranced, just blown away. James Webb Space Telescope is my wild card.
Okay, you need to actually you need to give us the lens. What is the lens on the James Webb Space Telescope?
I don't know. It's got multiple. It's a giant. It's a telescope. It's got
lens.
multiple cameras. This thing can see into multiple wavelengths. It has given us some of the most amazing photos we have ever seen from space. It has been both a learning tool, a tool of art, and a tool of human achievement. That is my wild card.
This is called pandering.
Yeah.
And
no, it is like one of the most fascinating pieces of equipment.
Are you taking the near cam or the Miri?
All of them, dude. All of them. It's just the telescope as a unit. Come on, it's a wild card.
Are we going to allow that?
Yeah, you are.
It is.
Jordan's so
hard for me
mad
to
he just
express.
canceled his video feed.
Yeah, he unplugged his camera. So I'm actually just going to leave that there as an advertisement for his HDMI adapter.
It's a good one.
Chelsea, while Jordan scrambles to get his camera back plugged in, you have to pick your last
last
one.
two.
Last two. Yep.
My last two. Yeah. So I'll go wild card. I'm going with a fun one. Pretty
More fun than the
niche.
James Webb Space Telescope? I don't think so.
I mean, that's tough to beat. You thought outside of the box. But I'm going to go with the tilt shift Canon 17mm f4. And yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's niche. It's fun. Who wouldn't want it?
No, that's a good pick. I'm glad you went tilt shift, but I'm also glad you picked that one.
Oh, Jordan's going
and then I
moody.
have
Oh, there
one
we go.
more.
Yeah, you have one more. What's your last one? It is your wide angle zoom.
My wide angle zoom. Okay, you guys took some good ones. I'm going way back to 2007, remember? We were just young. We didn't have gray
That was
hairs
beautiful.
yet. It was beautiful. I still
Some
have
of us
hope.
didn't have mustaches or beards.
No. I'm going to choose the Nikon 14 to 24 f2.8. And it's wide, it's kind of fast, and it was pretty standard at the time. It was good. You guys
Kind
like
of
it?
changed
old school
perception.
Going old school.
The F mount.
Is that F? Nikon F?
Yeah, the F mount has to be. I chose the mirrorless, so yeah.
No, you chose
I
a
mean, that was-
telescope.
You chose a telescope and refused.
That
to
was
go
like an
for a wide
actual-
angle telescope.
For wide angle zoom.
I know. I'm still kind of like, I'm not sure I want to allow the James Webb Space
What are you
Telescope, but
talking
whatever.
about? It's the wildest.
It's
wild card.
going to be the
Fantastic.
weirdest looking thing on the board here when
If you win the draft because of the James Webb, I'm going to be furious.
Why? It's a fascinating. Oh my god!
All
be
right,
petty.
Chris, we're back to you.
Just because I'm right.
Wide angle prime. It's
So-
the last thing you need.
I've been surprised by how much nostalgia you guys have all been flexing here in the thing, and that's normally my rule, my route. And so I'm going to end on a nostalgic note. I'm going to choose something that's personal to me, but also was a fascinating and legendary lens. I'm going to go with, and I really debated on this. The Panasonic Leica 12mm is a really nice lens, but I'm like, Nikkor 28mm f2.8 AIS. So specifically the AIS version. This was probably the first lens when I was starting my photographic journey that I fell in love with and was like, I need to have this. It's legendary because it's modern, if that makes sense. Like, this was a time when Nikkor lenses were really sort of updating some of their formulas, trying to improve a lot of the formulas. The AIS version added close range correction, which made it an awesome macro lens-ish lens. I was getting close-up details with it. It was a beautiful street photography lens. It was sharp, wide open, compact, 52mm filters. And if anybody else has used one out there, they'll also remember, like, it's just a really, really cool little lens.
Great
And unlike a lot of the other lenses in the formula, the AIS really did bring some serious changes to it. It wasn't just a rebranding with program. It was a new optical formula. It was a really cool lens.
That's a good pick.
And I'm done.
Yes, you are. I'm up, and the last thing I have on my board is also the wild card, just like you, Chelsea. And I agree with your general sentiment. You picked the TSE 17mm f4, but my choice on this is actually the TSE, the Canon tilt shift E mount or EF mount, 24mm f3.5 L2. I like this lens
More commonly used, yeah.
quite a bit, and it's I actually, this one and the 50mm. I had the 50mm f2.0 macro was the other option I could have picked, but I find tilt shift to be more useful at 24 for buildings, and like either just a building or a building in its scene. And I remember my first experience with this was when I was shooting a lot with Mike Kelly, who does a lot of architecture. And this and the 50 are the ones he, I think, still uses today. He adapts them to his Canon R5, I believe is what he's using. And I think it is a crying shame that Canon doesn't go back to making tilt shift lenses and updating these formulas for modern cameras.
Or Nikon.
Or Nikon. I don't really know. Isn't Fujifilm the only one who's made a first-party tilt-shift lens for a modern camera?
Yeah, in like 20 years.
It's absurd.
Really?
Like, these have a use. Yes, they're niche. Niche.
Niche.
Niche. There we go.
Niche.
They're
very
but
niche.
I think it's important to do because the people who use them really use the heck out of them. So that completes my board.
Solid choice.
Jeremy, wildcard.
I have been just
Better be Hubble.
I've been just swallowing deep rage since Chris made that web pick. I wasn't going to pick web, but now my pick would have been a little bit of a copycat move. I was going for the old LSST, but I'm gonna stick with space. I'm gonna go with.
It's gonna have to be a category next time. Choose your telescope.
I'm gonna go with an actual lens. The Zeiss Sonar 250 f5.6 seems like a weird choice, maybe, but it did capture one of my favorite and most iconic photos ever, the Earthrise shot from Apollo 8. This was the lens, and at the time, and still to this day, I guess. I mean, that photo has a real pull for people. Yeah, Bill Anders.
You can grab one of these today on Blue Moon Camera and Machine for $250.
Yeah, but not the one. Just a poor facsimile.
Jeremy wants the highly irradiated version.
Yes, I want. Yeah. I'm sure that is in somebody's collection and extremely expensive.
That's a good choice.
All right, Jordan, you got one last pick. Finish us off.
Yeah, I am floored. This was gonna be my first or second pick, but you all raced out with bizarre and inferior options for your standard zooms. But the Sony 20-70 f4, people, ultra wide, tiptoeing its way into portrait range. It's so small, it's crazy sharp. I love 20 millimeters as a starting point on a zoom lens. So much more useful than 24. This lens basically has no flaws, and it's quite affordable. And we've been singing its praises for quite some time, and I can't believe none of you picked it. And this could be your undoing once the listeners start voting. They'll be like, of course, what a majestic choice Jordan made to close out this lens draft.
It's a great lens. You know I love it. But it's kind of a weird lens. It's a niche lens. The 24 to 120 dives into the portrait range. It doesn't just put a toe in and say, "Ooh, the water's cold. I don't like it."
Let the audience decide.
Yeah, I'm going to put all the picks on the on screen right now. You can see the pictures of all these lenses, and I'll name them off, and starting with Jordan's picks. Wide-angle prime, Nikon f28mm f1.4, normal prime, Hasselblad H8028, portrait prime, Nikkor 10525, you jerk, telephoto prime, Nikon 400mm f4.5Z, wide-angle zoom, Panasonic 8-16 2.8-4, standard zoom, Sony 20-70 f4, telephoto zoom, Canon RF 70-200 f2.8, and his wild card is the Tamron 35-150 2-2.8.
Oh, what a great board!
Pretty good team.
What a team!
Jeremy, your team is wide-angle prime, Sigma 1414 Art, normal prime,
good lens.
Nikon 5812 Noct from 1977, portrait prime, Nikon 10514, telephoto prime, Nikon 800 f6.3, wide-angle zoom, he changes it up here, Sony 12-24 f2.8 GM, standard zoom goes back, Nikon 24-70 f2.82, telephoto zoom, Canon RF 100-300 2.8, and the wild card is the Zeiss Sonar 250 f5.6, specifically the one that's been to the moon. Orbited the moon, sorry. Mine is the wide-angle prime, Nikkor 15 f5.6 AI, normal prime, Sigma 3514 Art Original, portrait prime, Canon EF 100 f2.8 macro, telephoto prime 200 f2 DG Sports from Sigma. Wide-angle zoom, Sony 16-35 f2.8, standard zoom, Sony 28-70 f2.8, Sony 28-70 f2 GM. Telephoto zoom, Sigma 300-600 f4 Sports, and wildcard is the Canon TSE 24-35L2.
Redemption after last time, Jared.
I think that's a great team compared to my camera picks.
It is.
Yeah, before you do mine, I'd like to remind people mine serves some emotional needs as well. So it's like there's a spectrum of ways in which my team will satisfy you.
Wow.
Do we get to lobby here?
Yes.
Is that what,
Yeah.
Do we get
We
to?
all get to plead our case at this point?
No.
Well, I haven't gotten to you yet, Chelsea. I'm going to do Chris's first.
Because I feel like in mine, I spread the love. You guys were, a little bit brandish, but I'm like, everybody makes great lenses,
Yeah,
and I just want to
you're gonna-
celebrate the versatility.
You're going to hear this, Chris, and you actually were brandist as well. Wide angle prime, you picked a Nikon 28 f2.8 AIS. Normal prime, Sigma 51.2 Art. Portrait prime, Viltrox 8514 Pro. Telephoto prime, Sigma 500-5.6. Then you go back to Nikon with your wide angle zoom, the 14 to 24 2.8, and you stick with Nikon with your standard zoom, the 24 to 120 f4. Telephoto zoom, you go to the Sony GM 70 to 200 f2.82, and your wild card is the James Webb Space Telescope, I guess. But you picked three Nikons, so you shilled out for Nikon over there.
But also a Viltrox, Sigma, Sony.
2 Sigmas.
And then I thought outside the box / atmosphere. And it doesn't matter.
For Chelsea, the one that's supposed to appeal to both your head and your heart, you have the wide angle prime 28. For your wide angle prime, you have the Zeiss Otis 28 f1.4. Your normal prime, you have the Zeiss 50 f.7. The portrait prime, you have the Canon RF 85 f1.2. Telephoto prime, Canon RF 800 5.6. Wide angle zoom, you have the Nikon 14 to 24 f2.8. The standard zoom, you have the 28 to 70 f2. Telephoto zoom, you have the Sony 100 to 400 f4.5. And as your wild card, the Canon TSE 17mm f4. So there they are. I will hopefully... what?
I've been making a lot of De Niro face because I don't know which way this is going to go. Just like
These are all great teams. Yeah. The thing is, with lenses, there's a lot of good options, more so than I think in the cameras. So,
Totally.
all these teams are good. I think we're all winners here.
how are people going to vote, Jaron?
I will figure that out. Hopefully, I'll figure out a way. I wonder if Straw Poll lets me do one where I don't have to pay for it. And not have to like say you have to comment if you liked someone's, because YouTube doesn't give me enough options for this many people. So I'll figure something out. At the very least, let us know in the comments below who you think did the best job here, whose team you would take, the all-time lens teams.
I mean, it's Nikon apparently. They did the best.
They did do a lot of good
And it's
lenses
kind
on
of,
the
I don't
board.
think any of us here shoot Nikon. Is that correct?
I mean, on
I mean,
film,
we
I do.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Me too.
Because we're over time here, and this is the reason being is we will
Chelsea,
not
you
have
got something on your face. You got like a little...
the PetaPixel Podcast is taking a 2-week break, so we will not have another episode for 2 weeks.
Damn.
When we come back, I promise we have a banger for you. It should be fun, but we're going to end this with the feel-good story of the week, and I want everyone here to feel good about this. And this is basically just us plugging ourselves.
This
Two
is a merciless
things.
plug. Yeah.
PetaPixel has gotten several significant design upgrades in the last week. We have added a bunch of new things. Firstly, if you take a look at our reviews, we have a new pros and cons list at the top of reviews. We also now have the ability to open pictures larger. We have wanted to do this for a while. We finally have it. So when you click on select pictures, they'll have like a little magnifying glass in the bottom right-hand corner. You can see these pictures bigger.
That's incredibly useful.
Very useful. Works on mobile, and you can pinch to zoom on mobile as well, since on mobile you're already quite small, so the light box doesn't do that much, but you can zoom in on them. We also have a new thing that we're calling the Reel. And if you're on a desktop, and by this time you should also be deployed on mobile, you will be able to see smaller updates from the team that aren't necessarily like full news stories. For example, right now there's one on here where I mentioned that weird screenless Godox camera we talked about a few weeks ago, that finally got a price in the US. It'll be $45 here. So we just that's not going to be a full story, but you can get information here quickly on the side, and you'll see who shared that information with you. Yes. Nice. Thank you to The Verge for coming up with a really good idea. And we think that's great, and we wanted to do it too. But definitely The Verge's idea, and we liked it that much. Finally, perks. Member perks. We have more. I have one now. I'm trying to figure out the best way to deploy this, but you will soon get 10% off Viltrox lenses.
Wow, like the 85mm f1.4 Pro, which is probably the best portrait prime you could ever look at buying. It's so good.
And it's for like as many times as you want.
Damn.
it's a crazy discount. So our membership program is out of control good now. I just feel like I'm trying to keep making it worth your time. We have a substantial number of members. Thank you to those of you who are members. We'd love to see the rest of you support the channel directly, and I'm trying to find as many ways as possible to give right back to you for supporting us. So yeah, there's that. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us this week. Chelsea?
Wait, yes.
Thank
Plug
you, Chelsea.
things. Chelsea, where can people find you?
What should people do with the information of you? What do you want to plug? What's going on in your life? Go for it.
I have a new YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow it, so I'd appreciate if you guys went there and subscribed. You can search it. It's Chelsea Northrup Mercado right now. I'll be dropping the Northrup, but I have my latest review there for the RX10 V. You can see how I disagree with Chris, how I agree with Chris. You know, it's gonna be fun.
Perfect.
Link to that in the description below, both her YouTube video and her channel.
Thank
Please
you.
subscribe.
Now that you fish, you can do no wrong, Chelsea, in my eyes. Yeah.
Oh, I have to send that picture.
Yes,
But
you do.
before, oh man, you're just
I'm putting it
awful.
back on screen right now. If you don't see it, Chelsea didn't send it.
It's always great to have you on, Chelsea. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We will see you in 3 weeks. We'll see you in 3 weeks because 2 weeks off. We'll be back the week after that. Goodbye.
Bye.